Continuing with the regional cuisines of India, one of the most popular and exotic cuisines by way of its popularity is Kashmiri cuisine. Now, Kashmiri cuisine is actually a little bit of an understatement for the state which we call as Jammu and Kashmir. And this cuisine that we will be talking to you today is basically the cuisine of the valley. We all know that the cuisine of the valley is divided into two segments. One is the cuisine of the residing Muslim population, and then the other cuisine is basically the cuisine of Pandit. So, what we are going to do today, we are going to do a melange of both these cuisines, and we popularly call this Vazwan. The first item that we are going to do today is a very popular starter, that is a starter which is very popular in the public life, in the restaurants in Kashmir Valley, which is called Murg Ki Kanti. It has two variations. It can also be made from lamb, it can also be made from chicken. So we will start our cooking of Kashmiri cuisine today with the making of Murg Ki Kanti. So for the Murg Ki Kanti you require chicken, preferably leg, boneless. You require hung yogurt. You require rice flour. You require ginger powder. Ginger is a very strong influence flavor in Kashmir. You require fenugreek powder or soft powder, a little bit of haldi powder, Kashmiri red chili powder, salt, and garlic paste. No ginger paste here because we already have ginger powder. And then also we have the stalks of coriander which have been finely chopped. So what I am going to do is, first we will take chicken leg. I am using chicken leg which has been cut into 1 inch by 1 inch pieces, and along with the chicken I am going to put yogurt which is hung yogurt, 1 full tablespoon of hung yogurt, just a little bit of rice flour to bind the yogurt and the other spices to the chicken. I am also going to use a pinch of ginger powder. This can be really strong, so I am using a pinch. Then soft powder, fennel powder, and I will also use a little bit of turmeric powder, red chili powder. It's almost like a tandoori marination with a little difference, some salt and some garlic paste. So now what I am going to do is I am going to mix all this together so that it gets homogeneously mixed with each other, and the rice powder that we have put into this marination is going to help the spices bind to the chicken. Okay, so it's very well marinated, and while it is marinating, you need to keep it for at least half an hour so that the mixture gets homogeneous and the chicken is very well marinated, and the rice powder that you have put into this mixture also becomes a little moist so that it acts as a binding agent. So we will keep it aside for half an hour. Our Murg Ki Kanti has been marinating for half an hour. So what we are going to do now is we are going to shallow fry this chicken and keep the chicken aside, and then we are going to do a little bit of a tempering later on when the chicken is done. We'll do a little bit of a tempering, add a few fresh vegetables like onions and all that, and do the finishing. It's basically in the end a stir fried dish. So first, for shallow frying of the chicken, I am adding some oil into the pan, and in the true Indian style, once the oil is warm, because we put rice flour into it so it has a nice coating, I am going to put these pieces one by one, the skin side down, into the pan. this dish or a stir fry used to be very popular at the coffee house in Srinagar, which has its own story. It was as any other coffee house in the country in the late 60s. It used to have its own clientele. The people, especially from the press, intellectuals, people from the politics, used to assemble there in the evenings and talk a lot about what was happening in the city, what was happening in the region. So this was quite a popular dish, and this would generally be made, as I said earlier, either with lamb or with chicken. Most popular was the chicken because the lamb one would be very costly. The chicken for the kanti has been shallow frying in the pan for almost around 5 minutes. I've turned it around once, I'm turning it around once again. Already is cooked to the press. You come to know it's cooked when it strains back, it's spongy. Wonderful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove it and cover it for some time. I will just cover it with another container of the same size in case there is some possibility of uncooked chicken or a little bit uh, undone chicken, so that will be taken care of. Okay, now the second part, that is the stir frying part of chicken kanti, which is the most exciting part because it was just about preparing the chicken. And what we're going to do now is we're going to understand the ingredients for stir frying of the kanti. For stir frying of the kanti, we will require cumin seeds, some green chilies which I am going to slice, some coriander stems. I am also going to use a little bit of shahi jeera in this, ginger powder, soft powder, little bit of turmeric, Kashmiri red chilies, salt, and in the end we are going to use some more fresh coriander and two most important ingredients, the onion sliced and the chopped tomato. So this is going to form the basis of the gravy or the tossing or the stir frying of the kanti. Now one very important thing that we need to understand here is this is a dish which should always be cooked a la minute. You keep the chicken already done. As soon as you have an order, as soon as you want to serve it, you have to cook it right at the end, because otherwise what happens is the crunchiness of the onions, the pulpiness of the tomatoes will go. It is generally made spicy with the green chilies because the Kashmiri chilies are not that spicy. So you put a little bit of green chili into this. So for this, what I am going to do is, you can also use mustard oil for cooking it, but then because it is a starter and people from outside the valley would generally not appreciate, especially the places where people like eating mustard oil, they would not appreciate the flavor of the mustard oil. So we will be using vegetable oil, not to make it too oily, just one portion we are making. I am going to initially use the white cumin. You don't want to put too many spices in this, whole spices, because they are going to come into the plate later on. Half of the green chilies goes into this. Half of the chopped coriander stalks go into this. Once they start crackling, a little bit of garlic. This is almost cooking a jalfrezi, of course, without the gravy part and the red masala part, and especially the selection of masalas, the selection of powdered masalas, powdered spices in this is different. Some very little ginger powder, double the quantity of salt powder, little bit turmeric, red chili powder, and we cook it. A little bit oil, just a little bit. And now go in the onions. I'm just trying to reduce the use of oil because I don't want to put too much of oil. I'm just putting enough oil for the onions to just toss. I will wait for these onions to become a little limp before I put the tomatoes. For this purpose, I'll add a little bit of salt at this stage. And tomatoes. The onions and tomatoes and the spices for the kanti have been cooking for a minute or so. The onions are still crisp but a little limp. At this stage, I'm going to take the chicken that we have cooked earlier and I'm going to toss it in. Some of its juices that have come out along with it, and a simple basic toss. I will add the rest of the green chilies here, reduce the heat a little bit, rest of the chopped coriander, and something that I have seen very regularly in Kashmir is you take the shahi jeera on your hand and you just crush it between your palms and you add it. It can be very strong, so you have to be very careful, and that gives fantastic flavor. So what I am going to do is before I take it out, I'm going to switch off the gas and I'm going to cover it for a few seconds. I'm going to present it on a platter, maybe with a little bit of sliced onions and of course a few sprigs of coriander. So I keep presently on the side. I would also like to garnish it with slit green chili that we look for a nice one. So just to enhance the flavor of the shahi jeera, wonderful. So
although we made it from chicken, it still looks like gosht ki kanti. Gosht is meat, so you can still call it gosht ki kanti. Maybe a couple of sprigs of coriander just to enhance the presentation. So this is our murgi ki kanti.